Hey, welcome to another episode of A Fool's Paradise. How are you today? I hope you're doing great. Today we have a topic on understanding and how understanding will help us in our personal lives and our business lives, in our personal relationships and in our business relationships. So when I look at relationships in general, I see that the lack of understanding is what makes for a lot of tension and a lot of conflict. Because for the most part, we don't try to understand the other person's point of view. And with this, we shut ourselves off. As soon as we judge them, it's over. There's no more understanding. Now, this is someone we've judged. He or she is in a category, and we've tagged him this way or that way, and now we don't see anymore. We don't even look. We don't want to look. We don't want to hear. It's like those monkeys: don't hear, don't see, don't talk. And this obviously creates tension and conflict in personal and business relationships. We shut ourselves off, and instead of trying to understand the other person's point of view, trying to put ourselves in their shoes and have empathy, mind you, we don't need to agree with them. It's merely trying to see from their point of view, why did they do this or that that we seemingly disagree with. I believe it's our fear of doing that, because if we do that, we might open ourselves up to a certain degree, and in this degree we might be changed. Our beliefs might be challenged, and these beliefs, of course, as I've discussed before, we cherish them and we're afraid, closed off in our tiny room. And if we open up the room, oh God, everything can come coming in. So understanding not only helps us in personal relationships with our friends, our family, but also in business, with our teammates, with our colleagues, because it'll understand or help us understand why they are as they are, why they do as they do. And I believe this will bring us to more fruitful relationships, which in turn will improve our business. I'm reminded of this example of Pope John II, I think, who this person tried to assassinate him. I forgot the name. And Pope John, he visited him in the prison. And I think that was a sort of the same thing, trying to understand him. And from this understanding, I think what could come, it was forgiveness from his part, at least, not from the followers of religious people, but from Pope John's perspective. If he understood him, he could see him, he could understand him, he can forgive him. Mind you, of course, not agree with him, but just forgive, because this way we don't have a grudge, which does not help us or doesn't help the other person either. And what's even more importantly than maybe understanding others, or equally important, is in the first place trying to understand ourselves, not judging ourselves, because we do that all the time, right? I mean, we do something we didn't want to do, and then we judge ourselves in the moment or looking back. But that again is closing the drapes, shutters. We don't want to see, we don't want to understand. But I think it's vital for us to understand why we're doing what we're doing, and just observing it, not judging it. Because as soon as we judge it, now we have to sort of make up for it. Judge and jury. We have to find a way to. So if we try to understand ourselves, it'll also help us understand others as well, and have a more of a forgiving nature. Not being so harsh with everyone, but in the first place, as harsh as we are with others is as harsh as we are with ourselves. And I think in this way we'll grow in forgiveness, or grow in compassion, empathy, sort of love and light, and be able for us to have uh, the same feelings for others as well, because we'll see in them that they are also people who have their own issues and their points of views, and understand their points of views and say, okay, I see where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, but I see where you're coming from, and I'm coming from here, and there need not be conflict. You have your opinions, I have mine opinions. All right. And if we were to go on doing this personally, on an individual level, collectively, it would also show. It will show in religious battles, in political battles, in countries battling because of the lack of understanding, awareness. So let's understand each other better. Let's try to see the other, hear the other person. There's no need to be defensive about anything. We don't need to be closed off. We can open ourselves, open our tiny windows and make them much larger and see the other person for what they are, what he or she is. And by opening up, we will grow as well. All right, this is all for today's episode of A Fool's Paradise on understanding. I want to hear your thoughts. And as always, share if you care, share if you dare. See you on the next episode. Have a sunny day.